Peace and love, everybody.
Got that Zaza shorty.
Hello.
Peace.
Uh, I am your girl, Lyric Malia.
I'm unique.
I'm Sarita.
They call me Sunny.
I'm that thing in your thigh, tinkling in the thing on you the right.
What? All right, Will Jones.
Okay,
He
Lil
tried it.
Jones, you got it
All
all
right, Will
backwards, but
Jones.
okay.
Ain't that
The
Lil
blues in your
Jones?
right,
Yeah.
the blues in your left thigh, trying to be the funk in your right. Is that all
Yeah.
Is
right?
that
Something like that.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I just remixed it.
You just remixed it.
I remixed it a
Duke
little
of
bit.
Denver.
Right.
What's going
Well,
down?
y'all, tonight's show, we're going to talk about Outcast, stepping into self and out of familiar beliefs. This is going to be a series because there's several things where we're outcasted from, but tonight we're going to visit religion versus woke. When you open yourself up to different spiritual beliefs, something you didn't grow up on, like how does it affect your family? Like, does your family kind of like put you on the outskirts after that and kind of do a shun, or do you kind of just outcast yourself because you don't line up anymore with them and their beliefs? So that's what we're here to talk about on tonight. Peace and love to everybody that is coming into the room. Hello, Deidre. How are you, love? So, what do you guys think? Did y'all like when y'all? Because I know, well, I'm not sure about money, but I know the other three of y'all are on a different path that we all grew up from. So, when you got on that different path, how did it go with what your family believed? Like, did your family kind of like push you to the side? What about you,
Um,
Sarita?
no, I mean, my mom is my mom has been by every religion I can think of, mainstream. So yeah, she had an issue with it because she was really like, go to church, go to church,
Hey,
go to church,
Kelsey.
God, pray to God, pray to God. And I was like, nah, that ain't working for me. And the
Right.
reason it wasn't working for me is because I got tired of asking questions and not getting answers. And I read the Bible from front to back several times, and I still had so many questions. And when I go to who's supposed to be the authority on the word, once we got so far into the questions, it was basically like, well, you just gotta believe. Like, we can't question God. I'm like, that don't make any sense to me. I mean,
It
if
didn't
I
make sense to me because I'm like, we got to pray to him. Like, we asking him something, we praying to him. Like, y'all just contradict that whole thing.
right, it was just so many questions, that I had, and so it just sent me on my own path, to try to just figure out what works for me, what made sense to me, because things just have to make sense. You just can't tell me, um, this is just what we do. And that was really what it is. Like, why do you believe what you believe? Well, this is what I was brought up to believe. And so you never question it. You just, like, we're not children anymore. We're adults. And
Exactly.
you tell me that God gave us free will, but then when I question something, I'm told I'm not supposed to question God. So I don't, it makes no sense to me. For you to expect me to follow something that you can't even answer questions about.
Right.
So that's constantly what we have, like my mom is like, you've been successful, you should thank God for that. And I'm like, no, I should thank me for that. I worked
Yeah.
my butt off for this, and nobody
That
else gonna get credit for it. I'm sorry. And so she's like, well, I know that you've been blessed because I've been praying for you. And I'm like, nah, we good over here. So yeah, that's, for me, we just don't even talk about religion because my mom's Catholic. We way on different sides of the spectrum, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
I don't, we don't really talk religion, and it just makes for a better relationship because by the time I get done, I'm gonna be a heathen, and
Going going
um,
straight to
Yeah,
hell.
well, I
yeah,
mean,
I'm going
shoot. I
straight to
mean,
hell.
I always believe in God though, myself.
There's no one's questioning about whether or not God exists. It's just, if this is how you choose to worship, if this is how you choose to
Right.
acknowledge
Exactly.
that higher being, you know. it's everyone. I don't know one religion that doesn't, or even in spiritual walks, they still acknowledge that there's a higher being. It's just that this don't make sense to me, but this does. And whatever works for you works. And what I notice is that most people who are spiritual and not religious, they don't judge people for their beliefs. They're like, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. They just state why they believe what they believe and they keep it moving. It's only the people that are religious that seem to want to berate and belittle and chastise the people who are not walking that Christian faith, So,
Yeah, and
that's
I ain't
the
about
issue.
that religion is like another business. That's how I look
Right.
at it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But um being spiritual and having, you know what I'm saying, having your own standards of the way you however you do it. If it's a good thing, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? As long as if it's a good thing, you can pray, you can be Muslim, Christian, whatever. But I don't. I hate when people try to uh, push it on you.
Right.
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 Try to
Oh, that's
push.
the worst.
Yeah,
Or
try to
like
push. Um,
ultimately, everybody is trying to reach the same goal. So it's like I don't have to take the same road that you're taking to get to the same destination. It's more than one road to get to the same place.
Right.
So
Right.
you don't have to travel your road to get to the same
Right.
place. But
Mm-hmm.
then my definition of God may not be the same definition that somebody else have. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, or my definition of heaven and hell may be totally different of what someone else's definition of heaven and hell. So it's all
True.
in perspective,
They,
you know. But
you can't tell some people that though.
right. But I most of the time I grew up around um people who grew up in the church and that's kind of like all they know and it was passed down. You just go to church because that's what you do. So, and anything outside of that is like a no. So, but there's not so much with family, just people in general, period. And I'm gonna tell you what used to be so funny to me is I could be having these conversations with people, and I could be sitting up here talking to a dude that sell drugs that killed so many people. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with females that set dudes up to get robbed and stuff. But then when you go to talking about my spirituality, they look at me like you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting up there like,
Yeah.
for you to believe in the
Like you
religion
a
you believe
witch
in, you doing everything up under the sun that
that
could
you're not
possibly
supposed to be doing
put you in
according to.
hell. But you want to sit up here and judge me? you know,
Right.
That's
it's
the case
just
most
that's
times though.
that's strange to me. I don't understand
That's the case all the time. For real.
Mhm. It really is.
What about you, Sonny? Have you
Well,
had to deal with that outcast situation?
yeah, I grew up real heavy in the church. With my grandma was an evangelist, married to a preacher, and I spent a lot of time with them. So it was almost like church all day, every day. And I
Mm-hmm.
loved to sing, so I enjoyed it. Like I was just, yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
in the choir, so we just
Choir,
that's
right?
what we're gonna make this about. And then I got to college and was taking like a lit course. And we were reading what were once considered, and we do this, y'all read these books too, what were once considered religious texts, like Greek mythology. We were reading these in an interpretive sense, not a religious sense. And like
Mm-hmm.
alarms just started going off in my head. Like, okay, so how do you take someone else's faith and make it a myth? And then it's like, how do you take what someone has told you is faith and believe is totally true and not a myth? So like
it.
nothing clicking anywhere anymore. Like yes, there are
Mhm.
these stories everywhere, but you take it to a classroom and you read it for a lesson, not for a lifestyle.
Right.
And I started to kind of just explore some of everything. And I just found that consistently there was a common thread. And that
Mhm.
common thread was moving forward, like
Yeah.
constant energy. Everything is connected, like
Attention. Yeah.
growth, progress, and unity. Like that's really the common thread. So eventually, like my process was really slow. I kind of eased into it and kept a separate lifestyle for quite a while. It wasn't until recently where, okay, everybody noticed, wait, she don't really go to church no more. Things like that. And then my family, some of them kind of know, and otherwise I just really don't talk about it. But if they pay attention, I feel like it's obvious. Um,
Mhm.
but there aren't, I was never really actually outcast, but there's always a comment or a joke or some unnecessary thing, like uh going to a family wedding at a church. Oh, Shani, you coming in the church, it's gonna burn down. Like, and it's like little things like that. And it's like, really? Because I can take your prayers and I can appreciate them because I understand that you're only sending me positive energy from a positive space. And I receive that. And I'm gonna apply that to manifest what it is that I want. So I'm able, it's easier for me because I feel like I'm able to provide a place where I can show, hey, look, we're all standing on the same ground. We just looking in different directions. So the common ground factor, I feel like if people kind of understand that a little bit more, um, maybe if we open our minds and get out of our feelings, we could stop this whole outcast thing. Is that my sound?
I'm really not sure.
Mute and see.
It sounds like somebody texted. That's money.
Hey, Sonia Walker. She says, keep him for yourself. So I went and
Is it?
found my own. Me too,
Yeah,
Sonia.
are you if you're texting money, mute yourself.
I had the mic off. I had the mic off, but I turned the mic off. So, but yeah, nah, it ain't. I don't know what that was.
That's
Oh,
weird.
that is weird.
Okay. I think it's
I hear
me.
it. Yeah, see, that
If
was
I'm
you
gonna tell you,
yeah.
Sonia, how I got my answers. I read a book that really sent me down the rabbit hole, Sonia, and it was Conversations with God, Uncommon Dialogue. I read book one, and when I read
Mm-hmm.
book, I couldn't put it down. So then I went to book two, and I kind of skipped over book two, and book three was real heavy, and it was so good. But that book is what changed my life. I would, if you read, everybody pick it up and read it. It's real good.
Can you
I'm
say
gonna
it
tell you a
again?
little bit.
so
It's
you
called
so
Conversation with God, Uncommon Dialogue by Neil Donald Walsh. That's the author, yeah. And he did like a you know how people go into trance. So he went into like a trance writing thing. So he was like meditating, and he would write, his answers would come out writing, and he would have no memory of it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. So that's how the book came about. It is just um. So when I read that book, it opened me up, and I started communicating with this energy, and that's what kind of got me started. And it's like really awesome. But yeah, that's a whole nother story.
so what do you
I mean, we
so Shauna, what do you so what do you consider yourself? Like what's your religion? Or what do you if somebody asks you that, what do you say?
I'm non-religious.
Huh?
Non-religious. I don't claim a religion at all. I
Yeah.
just say I'm non-religious because honestly, I abide by a lot of rules from a lot of different places. Because there are more good things in each religion than there are bad. And if you can apply something to your life to make you better, no matter where you got it from, why not? Like if
Yeah.
it's
right.
really gonna make you better.
Yeah.
So I mean, I follow Buddhism, or I studied Buddhism for a while. So I still abide by some of those principles. I still abide by a lot of Christian principles because they're just good things that we should be doing as people. There I abide by some Muslim things or some Islamic traditions when it comes to like diet and things like that. But there's just things that we can all apply to our life that come from some of everywhere. Um, that can actually just make us better, make our walk better, and take us to higher levels, not only in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense, and also provide healing. Like, healing is the biggest thing. And I think, honestly, that's what a lot of people are missing when they only focus on religion. They miss the true healing that can take place when you look at the world through a spiritual perspective. Because religion is just all about rules, 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 rules. But spirituality is about creating that connection that is going to actually help you grow and elevate as a spiritual being, not just as a person. So,
Yeah.
some everything.
There's levels to it.
It is levels to it.
I feel you.
All them
Level.
levels are uncomfortable. All them levels are uncomfortable, but all those levels are necessary. Like it take you down through the
So
mud.
how do you? Let me ask you this: how do you align your beliefs with your mate or with the man that you dating?
Conversation.
Right.
Conversation is key. Because
Communication.
I'm coming real. Like, where you coming from? And we can either have a respect situation if we not fully on the same page. If you respect me, I can respect you. Like we were saying earlier, most spiritual people don't have a problem with people that have different beliefs. It's that the place where we start talking to religious people and they have their prejudices. So if there's no prejudice, I don't think that there would be an issue when it comes to that. There would definitely have to be some deep conversations if you're considering having children, because you do want to think about how you're going to raise your kids. But other than that, we can get along just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if you can see
Yeah,
truth
but I think
in
there's
everything.
being spiritual, because I consider myself like that. I think there's a bigger, and if you really are and you in tune, there's a bigger connection with somebody else that's spiritual
Oh,
than
yes.
somebody that's you know any
Because they're
just like
always
any
going to be
religion.
giving you that side eye on the
Right,
inside.
because it's in the
Right.
food. That spiritual is in the
Right.
food. It's your
What you
lifestyle.
done did to me, woman.
All that.
I've heard that before.
You said what?
You talking about
Like, what
putting
you
stuff
did
in
to me,
food. Wait a
you're like,
minute.
what you did to me, woman? I didn't even do nothing. What?
Yeah, see, you
Just
you want
feel
something
love.
different. You
That's
want
all I
something
did.
different. You want something different.
Right, right. Nah, I know you be
Mm-mm.
fucking with that shit. I that love
I mean,
good. Don't it feel
I,
good
I
to
dated
you, don't
I
it?
dated someone who didn't take my beliefs seriously, and it felt very disrespectful. Um,
Right.
he would make little jokes, like, "Oh, you're gonna blow some white powder in my face," or he didn't want to eat what I cooked because he thought I was, what I'm saying, doing something, or he felt like everything was a ritual. And so it just needed to end. I couldn't date him, and it wasn't because we had different religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs. It was because he's just very dismissive um, of
It
what
was
I
too
believe.
much. It was too
And I
much.
realized it was
You
just
didn't
too different for him.
understand. And there's
It was
no
it was different for
understanding.
him, right?
So he didn't
Because he
want
would tell people, what I'm saying, my girl's a witch or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was uncomfortable because everyone has different thoughts behind that word. So now you telling folks that I'm a witch. Now somebody think I'm worshiping the
Right,
devil, or I'm doing, what I'm saying, or
right.
I'm
Because
doing evil
Yeah.
stuff, or
that's what
what I'm
they
saying. And
so
it was
used
just,
to that.
it was just like, nah, I can't do this with you.
I've gotten
and
a
then
witch thing too.
they don't
Yeah,
respect your altar, honey. They want to take the money off your altar.
yeah.
Eating the
Taking
candy off
food,
there.
taking food off the
Hey,
Take
altar,
the cigarette and
can,
taking
can we
food,
have a
right?
can we have a quick
off.
commercial break?
A quick commercial break.
I know.
Yeah, can I announce my little clothing line?
He did it. He
Yes,
did.
Or can I
He
talk to
sure
yes.
y'all
did.
later?
He wants y'all. Look, he want a quick commercial break.
You know she talking about me. Man, she talking about me.
Go get
Yeah.
that Get Busy Laughing, y'all. Go get that Get Busy Laughing, man. www getbusylaughing.com. It's on my page, Monty Jonesy. The beanies, the hoodies, support your boy.
I seen it,
With the
the
little
tights and
baby. Did y'all see the
everything.
baby?
He
They
had
sent
he,
you
he
pictures?
had beanies last night, but I ain't get one.
Oh, why you didn't?
I
What
know. I'm
happened
gonna
there? See, what
cause
had
I
happened
left.
was,
I had to I had to go. I
what
forgot.
had happened was, where are our beanies, money?
They coming.
I'm gonna hit the website
We
though.
Go
almost
to the
have them on
I'm a
website.
right
I'm a
now.
I'm a hoodie person. I like hoodies, so I'm gonna order me a couple of hoodies off of there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be it's dope. Did y'all see the little baby? I like the little baby. His name is Duke. Duke.
Yeah, that is cute.
That's little Dookie.
It's
Little
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 Little Dookie.
Dookie.
little
That's what
Dookie.
Yeah.
that's
What
what we
we're
sticking
doing.
with. That's what we gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Little
Little Dookie.
Dookie.
How did you come up with little Dookie though? Like,
Because
I
I'm the
must.
Duke of Denver comedy. So,
Oh,
it's Dookie.
I guess that's
Clever.
cute. Since you put it that way, it's
Right. You thought it was like
but
shit.
it's still like little
Like
Dookie.
Dookie.
I mean, because you gotta realize that we live in the South,
we,
and that
yeah,
that
we
that's something
country.
totally
So you
different
say
around
little
here.
Dookie.
Dukes
Right.
are a little
Sound
different around the South. We in the South. You say Duke in the South, we talking about somebody's ass. So you know what I'm
we
saying.
talking about Dookie.
Oh,
So you go. So
okay.
so I know you out, in Denver, but down south when you say Duke, people kind of look at you like, what?
Yeah, what talking about Duke
Got
Oh,
for?
okay.
Talking about that girl Duke for?
right. So
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah,
you
Like I
moving
know
you
that.
moving down
I
south, so
learned
you
a
need to be
couple
aware.
words already.
Yeah.
I was talking about Zaza. They said they had that Zaza. They said they got
I
that Zaza.
You know what? We're not gonna talk about that because I see you messed up your whole night.
Dang.
Oh, we not gonna talk
Cause
about that. Hey, we not
I
gonna talk
had
about
you
that.
hooked up.
You hear me?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that.
We gonna talk about that ever again. Gonna leave it
Right.
there.
Yeah,
We
it
done with
ain't
the
even
commercial
working.
break, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we? I don't know.
Yes.
Are we? Kind of
Yes,
beginning.
we're
Yes.
done with the commercial break.
GetBusyLaughing.com, baby. Go check out the website, order something. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Laughter
Okay.
Hmm
is good for the
Show.
Laughter is
soul.
good for the soul.
He's funny, y'all, in real life. Like you ever met somebody that's just naturally just
Just
funny? They ain't even
retarded.
trying to be funny.
I just be chilling,
Yeah,
man.
he is funny in real life. And if anybody caught my live last night, y'all saw him dancing.
He went there and
We
did
did
it
have a
too,
good
huh?
time for a minute. For a second, we had a good time.
Yeah, we
You
we
know
had
what
a
I
good
mean?
time for about 45 minutes
Right.
Why only
45
45 minutes?
minutes. Kind of partying.
because
Stuff
you
I had to
happened.
go.
stuff happens. Stuff
I had to
happens.
go.
Yeah, stuff happens. I want y'all to know it had nothing to do with the Compound Event Center, though. We were still having a good time. The place was it didn't have anything to do with
Right?
the
You guys
Compound
were
Event
celebrating
Center.
y'all 2-year anniversary,
Right.
yeah?
It was our 2 years anniversary. We was chilling. We was having a good time, just
Hey,
you know.
congratulations on the 2-year
Yeah, we gonna come to
anniversary.
the third
Oh,
year. We'll be there. We all will be
They
there.
commented, what up, Red Ray?
Ain't gonna perform. He gonna perform.
Look,
I'm
we
a
look,
broadcast
Mr.
live.
Mr. Duke of Denver is going to put together something and we're gonna have it at the Compound Event Center.
March
Oh well,
26th.
we gotta be there.
March 26th.
Compound Event Center for the people who would like to know, Sarita. Tell them where it's at.
It is located in Columbus, Georgia, 4261 Macon Road. We do poetry shows, we do baby showers, we do divorce parties, we do wedding rehearsals, weddings, receptions. I don't know, repasts,
Church. You name it,
Church.
church.
we have it.
We have somebody do church every Sunday.
See?
Now, what we do on Saturday before they do church, they come in with the blessed oil and stuff, so I guess it's cool. But yeah, whatever you need, we do book signings, concerts, comedy shows. We got strippers that come in sometime. I don't know, just whatever you want to
Oh,
do.
they have erotic shows, baby.
We
Listen.
have erotic shows. Never so often I get on the mic.
And every so often I swing around the pole. So
Yeah.
y'all come.
Y'all just come through. I mean, it's a lot to be had.
Take it, play it.
I don't believe it. My teeth, I look like I got some good teeth on here.
He like,
Girl,
y'all silly. Y'all are silly. But yeah, so we all gonna we gonna get Miss Sunny to come down and bless the microphone
Yes,
as
ma'am.
as well, since she be singing.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. So all right, y'all. Let's get
Sing.
back
honey, you
on
just
topic.
had a milestone
Who can sing?
happen for you, right?
Huh?
I was saying Sunny had a milestone that just happened for her. Yes,
What?
with the class, girl,
Huh?
with
You
your
said
class
what?
that you just completed.
Oh, yes, I just finished another healing course, but I just finished my Ethereal Touch healing course. It's a program that kind of fuses Reiki with more Afro ancestral like DTR beliefs. So it was really cool, and now I am interning for the program. So now I'm getting to teach the new and up and coming students and everything.
Well,
Oh,
congratulations. And I still got to book a
congratulations!
session with you. I just got to figure out like when I'm gonna be in your area to get it done.
Let me know, and I do virtual too if you
Oh, I still
okay.
need mine
We not
done.
doing
I
work.
still need
Look,
mine
what
done.
I need from you, I gotta be face to
Live
face.
hand.
Okay,
The
I'm
kind of
ready.
healing
Let
I
me
need,
know.
the kind of healing I need is,
Yes, honey.
Yes.
I need them live hands. I need you
And
to.
let me know. I travel too, so and y'all aren't far. So
I'm gonna
well,
let
tell
me
yeah,
know.
y'all, the very first time I had somebody play with my energy like that, she was a lady from India. And that was the first time I had kind of heard about Ricky, and it was so neat
I've
how,
never had it done
oh my
Me
ever.
God,
either.
how she took my arm and she focused, and she was like, the first thing you're gonna notice is the heat, and it got real hot right there. Then it started vibrating, and she could move. It was just so neat. And she was like, it's all in energy and stuff.
Yep.
And I was like,
And
that is
we
that's
all have access to it, and it
Because
just
you
takes
probably do.
a little learning to learn how to manipulate it and resolve it and elevate it, because sometimes it's just stagnant energy that just needs to be reactivated again. So yeah, I teach
right.
those classes too. So yeah, all of that.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I need to get in with
That's what
you
it do.
soon.
I think we all
Yes,
need to have
ma'am.
a session.
That
Yeah,
would be
Well,
awesome.
that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
You guys out there should get a
I
session as
mean, shit,
well.
I know. Yes, everyone should get a session. It would change your life, you know.
It really will. It will. That I could share some reviews with y'all. Like I had a session a few days ago, and the energy was so intense that even though we were virtual and the client was on mute, I started bawling, crying, and so did the client at the same time. While I'm trying to like talk through the session, I just had to like pause because I was feeling the energy
Yeah.
from that far away. So it's really amazing like how it works. We all are we have that same energy flowing through us constantly at the same time. So it's when you can tune in, it's amazing.
It is
Mm-hmm.
amazing. That's how it is for me when I'm doing cards, like, or just doing readings, period. It's like I can feel even in their pains in their body. I'm like, wait a minute, lady, what's going on?
Yep.
But it's like I don't understand why people would like to outcast people like us for actually learning more about what we are capable of doing.
Because
Why
it's
is it so
something.
taboo to
It's
be
like
able to do something that we can actually do? If we
because
want to be able to do it, or shouldn't,
because it's the fact that it's like a child. You're just not supposed to do it. You know what I'm
right?
saying? I've been told some stuff you just
Shouldn't
shouldn't
do.
do. You know what I'm saying? I had an experience like when I first started my journey, I like to communicate with. I call it the it, right? So I like to communicate with it, and I like to know that it's communicating back with me. So anyway, I was talking to it, so I was like, I want to feel what you felt like in the beginning before all of this was created. You know what I'm saying? Like that void. That's what it was. It was the void. So I had experienced the void, and the way I experienced it, it scared the shit out of me. You know, but the experience, I was, telling her about it, and she was like, "Oh, you just certain stuff you shouldn't do. Like you tampering with stuff you shouldn't be tampering with." And I was sitting up there like, "Why shouldn't I?" You know what I'm saying? She never told me why I shouldn't. You
That's
know,
all they do is to
but
say.
it was like you're not supposed to do it, and like that's just that, and shit, that just wasn't good enough.
Right.
So
I tell you that's because we've been conditioned to look outside of ourselves for that power.
Yeah, I
That's
think it goes just like what you're saying, Lyric, like twofold. For one, fear factor, two, for control factor.
mhm.
Um, if you can dictate what people should believe and put limits on their behaviors and what they choose to do as far as empowering themselves, you really have like next level control. Like you box me in so much that I won't step outside to better myself. Like you
Right.
really have some control over me. And then the fear of also, we have gotten so far away from like our core beliefs that maybe if you don't know what you're doing, some of this stuff might be a little bit dangerous. So
right,
and it's just like, okay, all right, can
Numbers
you
is
handle
the
that?
people who's
Maybe you
watching.
shouldn't be messing with that. But I can see it's definitely those two things are at the top when it comes to why people won't step outside, like fear and control. And sometimes you can be so indoctrinated that the control is actually coming from you now. Like you willingly submit it. It's like slave. It's like
It's slavery,
breaking a
yeah.
slave. You
Yeah.
know, once you break a slave, you don't have to threaten them anymore. They just gonna do what you say.
It's the
right.
Exactly.
Matrix. The Matrix.
Yep.
But then a
It's
lot of people is easier to stay within the lines, or to just follow.
It's easier to give somebody else all the work and just wait on somebody else to do it. So you don't have to be accountable because you waiting on this person or this thing to do whatever you want them to do. And so then you in a null and void trying to figure it out still, but you haven't stepped outside of it and you can't act like spirit ain't telling you, haven't been nudging you, haven't been giving you signs. But that's what that is
I
too.
mean, just when you become hyper aware
Talk
of
to him,
what's
girl.
going
Talk to
around
him.
you, it's like you tell people all the time, like you're communicating with spirit all the time. Those times that you say something told me not to do that,
Exactly.
or I heard somebody call my name and nobody was there, or well, I feel like this happened again, deja vu. Like you're experiencing that all the time, but we just brush it
What is
aside.
deja vu? What is deja vu to y'all?
Who want to answer that?
To
Man, I don't
me,
know.
I don't know, but I can tell you my experience with deja vu. I could be in a situation and then this feeling to come over like,
It's happened
this has
before.
happened before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story. I've had many of cases of deja vu, but one
Hmm.
story is once upon a time in my life, um I was um I was selling some methadone pills, and I had met this dude that was buying the pills from me. So it's the little store up here in Ensley, right when you get off the
He was buying
freeway,
fish.
20th Street, the little gas station. I used to meet.
She talking about her past life now.
I'm telling you like the deja vu story.
Hmm.
So um every time I would go and meet the dude, this heavy feeling would come over me. And it was like shit, like this this didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the feeling was so strong and heavy. It wasn't a good feeling though. So I knew from chasing other deja vus, it always ended horribly. So I was like, I knew the situation that I was in and what I was doing, and the heavy feeling I was having was a warning sign. So, to keep me from experiencing that shit over again, this time I actually paid attention to the deja vu and paid attention to the feelings. So I didn't really repeat it again. I kind of stopped. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, it could be something as simple as you're having a conversation with someone and then you stop in the middle of that conversation. You're like, wait a minute, I've
Right.
had this conversation before, or I've I know exactly what's about to happen, and it just happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, and I think different people experience
How,
it in different ways.
Pharaoh,
is it like a
Um,
feeling? Is it like a feeling that comes over you?
yeah, you
like
can
I
feel it. You can
right?
feel
Yeah,
it
I think
because if
you
you're
can
in
feel it.
a
It's
situation,
a familiar.
if
It's
you're
like
and then if the situation, like when I spirit just talks to me, so it was trying to warn me, like you've done this before, and like this shit is gonna end horribly. So when I paid attention to that feeling, and you know what I'm saying, I didn't follow through with the course, so I didn't have to experience that tragic again because it was headed that way. You get a feeling. First of all, you already know, but then when that feeling come in, it's like wow. So
And it's not
yeah,
always bad. Like it could be,
Right,
yeah.
right.
something good. Is just, it just depends on whatever the situation is. Because it could be, like I said, something as simple as you having a conversation and you kind of just pause, like, wait a minute, and then you kind of know what the person's going to say next because you've had this happen
what
to
they
you
gonna
before.
do?
And even
I
so,
mean,
You
yeah,
my
know,
daughter, she's 12 now, but my baby used to do this when she was 7, 8 years old. We could be having conversations and we could be somewhere, and then dead in the middle, she'd be like, "Oh, we did this before,"
right?
like.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
it can be a couple of things. It could be intuition. It can be like confirmation. It can be a flashback, like
Yeah.
maybe not to if you believe in, energy being recycled to a previous existence. Like
Mhm.
there have been times where I'll go places primarily outside, like in the woods, and I'll come in contact with earth and I can see myself in a completely different existence. Like I literally have flashbacks to another lifetime, like a tribal existence. And
Mm-hmm.
I can feel the whole thing. And then sometimes, like Sarita said, sometimes you could just be talking and be like, wait, this happened. Okay. And it's a positive feeling. So maybe that's just a confirmation. Maybe it's just your gift, like kicking in at that moment just to remind you. It could be a number of things.
Right. You've
Haven't
never
had it
had
in
that
a while.
experience,
It's been a
money?
minute. It's been a
You've
minute.
never had that experience?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like what it was, but I wanted to see what y'all had to say to see, what I'm saying? Because it's one of them things where you be like, you think it's something, but you be wanting to see what other people say,
Right.
they
Right.
experience. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Right.
But yeah,
understandable.
I always I had it every so often, and
Like,
I would
girl.
feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Affirmation.
saying?
Hmm.
Yeah. So, but I should. It's been a minute.
Gotta tap in.
Right. Oh, he's about to now. He's with the right team now. Talking about some money's
For real,
angels.
it's been a
It's
minute.
been a minute since I
Exactly.
had a
We're
deja
gonna
vu.
have you meditating over here.
Right.
Shoot, I'm a
Yoga and everything.
yeah. I need to
What
start
about
doing.
y'all out there? Y'all talk to us, speakers. Don't just be peeking.
Hello to everyone out there.
Right. I see
We
you
see
What's
guys.
up,
y'all.
I
We
see
see
Lakia?
y'all.
Trisha, a towel. Oh, she's the person right there.
I
A
know, right?
towel,
What's up,
Pharaoh,
Lakia?
Girl.
Red Ray.
Thanks for joining us.
Lakia,
Hey,
Lakia.
Lakia.
Lakia said, I'm loving
Lakia.
this. Thank you all for sharing such experiences with me. Us, Money Jonesy helped me to it. Thank you. Such a blessing. I need this so much right now in my life. Truth. Oh,
Yes.
bye.
Yvonne,
What's up?
hey.
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 Hey, Vaughn. How you doing? You had an experience of the deja vu love?
Yeah. And I don't know, my life is kind of weird. So I really feel at one point in time it's like I was really repeating. It was like really repeating, or as if
Cycle.
like a rerun. You know how
Yeah.
you watch reruns of a
Yeah.
show or something? That's how heavy it was. You
Mm.
Have
know.
y'all seen that movie with is it Marlon Wayans? He's on an elevator and he wakes up every day back on
Yeah.
that elevator it's and
Right.
I think sometimes when we find ourselves in cycles like that in life, it's more so about a lesson than it is about figuring something out. It's like, hey, like you don't notice this shit. Like, okay, I'm bringing it to your attention again. Okay, I'm gonna bring it to your
Right.
attention
That's what
again.
I was
Okay, I'm gonna
getting
bring it to
to.
your attention again.
That's what I was
Yeah.
getting to, the feelings, because I was making bad choices. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, come on, like you don't want to keep doing this. Like, that's what I was doing. Like, come on.
Right.
And it's like, oh,
Just a different actor, same script.
right.
Now
Like,
this, I'm like that. My last
Yeah.
situation, and
Yeah.
Lyric will tell you, my last
Yeah.
situation, I literally was like, I'm tired. I can't keep doing this. Like I get it, y'all. I get it. It's like I get it.
Right.
Yeah, that
I don't
yeah,
need this lesson no more. I don't need this
this has
lesson no
yeah.
more. I
Uh,
got it.
this has nothing to
Cyrita be
do with the
speaking all
show,
that.
but I just wanted to say that we are beautiful. I'm just looking at us. We are just
Shut up.
all,
I know what you gonna say.
just
What was you
all
gonna
so
say?
We
beautiful.
are, aren't
Wait a minute.
we?
He about to call me out. So let me see what he
Yeah,
gonna say. What
yeah.
you gonna say?
Cyrita, she be speaking all intelligent and stuff, and she sound like she know what she talking about, and she over there in some situations too.
Everybody got
Everybody
See,
go
that's
through
why
situations.
you
it.
got cut off. That's why you got cut off.
Right.
Look, I'm human. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect, and I make bad decisions sometimes.
Right.
And
As
you just
we all
and you
do.
just happen to have witnessed one of the biggest bad decisions I've made in the last few years.
Hey,
But
hey, I
I
like that you
learned.
can say that though. A lot of people
I'm
can't
glad
even
she
say that.
finally learned, Lord.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
So
Look,
glad
you
she
like glad she
learned.
make a
finally
bad
learned.
decision and move on.
I just want to just
Right.
bang
Like
my head
that's why
upside the
you
wall. Like, what? Take
Lyric used to shake the hell out of me because it was like I had to get my mind and my heart and my spirit all in the right space because they was just arriving to the same conclusion, but they was arriving at different times.
Right.
And
I'm glad they
sometimes
came
you
together
you
on
have
one
to
accord.
you you have to keep going through it to get that lesson. And I just
Right.
I finally got the lesson. I'm good. I don't need to do that ever again in life. Y'all hear
What's
me?
your sign?
I'm, I'm a Libra, but
Libra.
I'm a Libra, but I'm on the cusp, Virgo cusp.
Okay, because that is Virgo energy, what you just spoke of.
Right.
That it
Yeah.
takes like our heart will be gone and our body will still be there and our mind will still halfway be there, but we got to get fully comfortable in
Right.
everything before we
What
make an
what date
exit.
is that? What date is that, Virgo?
Virgo is August 20, is it 22nd through September 21st?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like September the 22nd because I was born September 25th. So that's why I'm on
Okay.
the cusp. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So it's that whole time?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
earth
you're
sign
right.
energy, but it's really real Virgo energy. Like, and if you think about this is so into astrology, I'm sorry, but if you think about the symbols of the signs, everything makes perfect sense. Like a maiden is a worker. Like she don't quit. She's dedicated, she's loyal, she's someone who's of service, and she has to go where it's stable because she works for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if it's not stable, then I can't go there yet. I gotta build the stability first all around before I can go. So yeah, it makes it easier. If you're ever wondering what a sign is like, think about their symbol and think about literally how that thing is, and you'll have a lot of insight about it.
And that's why Libras have a hard time because we can see everyone's point of view. We're all about
Everybody.
balance. And so we can't really stay mad because we can understand why people may have responded like they responded. So people
Right.
kind of think that, you can walk all over Libras because we're so understanding. We're usually empaths. But yeah, I had this, yeah. I'm better, y'all.
Oh,
I'm working through it. But look, you didn't have to call me out like that though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah, I
I look
didn't.
and I was
I didn't say
and I
nothing.
came to you last night like, look, let me tell you what's
Listen,
going
I didn't
on in
even
case
say
you feeling
nothing.
a little
I just
tension in the
planted the
room.
seed. You bit. I just planted the seed. You bit. I
I
didn't even do nothing.
was like, no, because
I said, but
y'all,
then
literally,
you could have
me
said
and
it
him
was
standing at the
anything.
bar, and I'm like, hey, I know you might be able to feel a little tension in here. So let me go ahead and tell you you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know what was going to happen during the night. So I needed him
How
to
did
kind
you
of
feel about that
understand.
money? I want to know because see, I'm looking at this from a whole different perspective than our audience, right? I just want to know what you was
It
thinking about when
wasn't,
that
but it
happened.
wasn't bad. Was it bad? Was it bad?
He said he felt some tension. I don't know. I'm just being nosy. That's
Was
just
it
all.
bad though?
What?
We want the tea.
Last night was not bad. Like outside of the other stuff that
The
didn't have nothing to
audience
do
is
with what
probably like, what the
like
Oh
hell?
it
no, I
wasn't
love the place. I love the spot.
right.
I love the
It
spot.
wasn't
I
it
can't
wasn't
wait to
bad. It
huh?
just I needed him to know what was,
Right.
because there was a little tension around a little bit. And so I just wanted him to know, because you don't let nobody walk into something and they don't know what's,
Exactly.
going on. But the night went well, until stuff that was outside of either one of us happened. So um it was a good night though. He can come back anytime by himself.
Right. I mean, we'll all be there next time. We'll all be there next time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good time, y'all. Y'all really missed a good time. And like I said, he was a little dancing machine.
Was that March 26th like a real date? Like,
Yeah, March
did you like
26th
that
is a
ending?
real date.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a real date. He's gonna
Yep, comedy show is coming. It's coming.
Funny Fridays. It's a Friday. Funny
Okay.
Fridays. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
We'll be there.
Let me know if you want to sprinkle a little jazz on top of that, or some R&B or something, some neo soul or something.
We always,
What is that? What you do?
yeah.
Yeah, she be singing.
Let me hear.
What?
Let's
Like
hear something. Let's hear
let
something.
Well,
come
I can't
on.
honestly. I'm just getting over an asthma flare up. If y'all don't
Oh,
hear me,
come
I keep
on,
coughing.
man.
So
I'm
I'm
listen,
just
serious.
glad you're
listen.
better.
I'm
We're
serious.
gonna have her down. We're gonna have her down, and we'll figure something out. We'll have her down.
For
Wait,
sure.
I just got the COVID though. I can sing, but I got the COVID.
Shut up.
Okay, Ashanti.
Oh Lord.
At the battle.
No.
Catch the battle.
Was that what y'all was calling that? After she was an hour later, I
Ashanti,
was
we
done.
love you. Ashanti won the
Shauna,
battle. Did you see
Shauna,
Keisha?
Sonny, why
Keisha,
ain't you
what the
laughing
hell
with
were
us?
you doing, girl?
I
Baby,
can't hear you.
Why you
What you
not
say,
laughing,
Mama?
Sonny?
Because if I start laughing, I'm gonna start coughing, and because I literally do have asthma, and I've been on breathing treatment since Wednesday.
Well, we don't want you to
coming in and
don't
think
say.
you got the COVID.
She
I
said she
don't
got.
have the COVID. I tested negative.
Yeah,
You have to make these announcements in this day and age. You can't be outside and sneeze without people like.
look, you be trying to kill yourself not to cough. You got it. Something
Girl,
went down the wrong pipe. You just gotta die. You can't even
You
cough.
always wait
You gotta die.
in the spot. Like you could be perfectly fine all day until you get out in public, and then you just gotta it's just come out of nowhere.
a little
That
tickle
bad.
next time.
My
But
job.
it's allergy season
I
too.
used to do
So
my job because I be smoking and then I be coughing and I be on the phone. And I be like, I'm catching a cold. I be,
They be thinking you had a COVID because
yeah,
everything is the COVID.
and I use that shit too. I be keeping like hell to the fuck. I'm catching a
I was actually surprised that they didn't have the mask on. People they wasn't really wearing a mask in there.
but we had so much space. Like
Yeah,
you
it was.
don't I mean, it was a lot of space, and that's the difference is
Right,
that we have 6,000 square feet, and so
right.
we fall under the restaurant. So for every you can have 10 people for every 30 square feet. So you think about, we got 6,000 square feet in that building, and everybody was spread out. Everybody who came together was at the same tables. Nobody was really, you know, the bartender had a mask on and was,
I liked
doing
it.
his
The
thing.
hookahs and all that. I liked it.
Yeah, the
I liked
hookahs was nice. Yeah,
everybody. I like it.
yeah.
I
That's
love
nice. Now,
hookah.
look, now we feel bad because we went there and shit.
Right. I ain't been to the hookah bar in a minute.
Yeah,
We
well,
gonna
we have hookahs there, and
go
we have
anywhere.
one of the best bartenders in the city there. So yeah,
Yeah, he did. He was coming through.
Five.
Jamal is the truth.
Yeah, he was
Jamal is
coming
the
through.
truth.
I'd like to
Yeah,
want
don't
to
let
say,
COVID keep you completely on lockdown, people. For
I
real.
mean, like when we have stuff, like we try to make sure that people can still have social distance. and there's hand sanitizer and stuff all over the place. So it's up to you if you're gonna use
Sound messed up.
it. Yeah.
It's just annoying though.
My phone about to go.
Always remember that mask.
So at any rate, y'all. So we're gonna do the part 2.
We about to get ready and wrap it up.
Okay. So we can. I think we lost 2 people.
Oh, and my apologies.
So it was one of them. It was one of them that was making the noise.
Yeah, huh? Let's see.
It was one of them that was making the noise.
I had muted it at one point to try it.
It wasn't you. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. Because you back and I won't hear it no more. So
see, he always doing stuff. He always doing stuff.
Because he always multitasking. He's always
can't
doing
take him nowhere.
More than one thing,
yeah. House. Just can't take him nowhere. But yes, like I was about to say, apologies, the interviewee was not able to attend tonight. I'm not going to put their business out there, but just make sure you put TJ the CEO in your prayers. And we'll get to him next time. And we'll also have Birmingham J coming on with his sister. They got a new group coming out. So we got some other things lined up. We're going to do part 2 of the Outcast. The Outcast is pretty much about, the next Outcast is about, this is my love life. I love who I want. Being outcast for choosing the mate that you choose. And that can go in so many different ways. I know.
Right.
Next week, the next show is definitely going to be another interesting one. I would like to thank everybody for joining us on tonight. This was so much fun.
It was.
Per usual. And we will be back again. What is that? On the 7th.
On the 7th.
February 7th.
February 7th.
February the 7th.
So
February the 7th, me and Moni will be in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, doing our part because we'll be at Urban Ski that weekend. But we will find a space to log in and do the show. It's gonna be a crazy weekend though, so we might be looking a little raggedy, but we'll be there because that's the weekend we'll be in Gatlinburg.
Get lots of footage.
It'll be Mercury retrograde, so we need to log on early.
I don't know how early.
Which is like, because we got things to do.
I mean, Mercury retrograde be playing games.
You know what? You know what? The last Mercury retrograde. I literally was like, this ain't bad, because I just embraced it.
Did you see my face?
Crazy.
Okay, so
I did like typically it's a really crazy time for me, but this time I was just kind of like, I know it's coming. I know what needs to happen. I know what's gonna happen, and I just kind of just rode it.
Just lay the hell low. That's all you gotta do. Don't worry about anything.
Well, what I did was I avoided situations that I knew could be confrontational and go all the way left. I just like, let me table that conversation until later because I knew it had anything that had the potential of just being stupid dumb. I just avoided it, and so it wasn't that bad this time because I was mentally prepared for it. Because the one before that one,
baby, we both went through it.
I think I was curled up on the phone. I was curled up on the phone with Lyric. Like,
was that the one in August?
I was
talking about where you at?
Lyric was so tired of me.
Y'all talking about the one in August, the retrograde in August?
I was on the phone. I was on the phone with Lyric almost every day crying.
Mars was in retrograde too, though. So that was a crazy time.
It was a lot going on.
A lot of retrogrades at the same damn time.
It was a lot. It was a lot of them.
But I was messing with all of us.
I say to myself,
I had a really rough time that time. Now,
before y'all get on the road, you check your car. All the technology and mechanical items, you want to make sure that they're ready well in advance, because usually during that time is when you start to have random stuff happen. Like we'll come.
And I'm telling you, since can't nobody ride with me, and I'm gonna have to drive myself.
Yes. Get on that. And I'm a Virgo, so
Lyric.
that whole Mercury thing is serious for me. So I guess that's why I'm so passionate about it.
Yeah, we'll be up there unless, I'm still kind of like I'm going, but then I don't know nobody. I'm going by myself kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just my girls
Well,
can go with me.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Next
It
time.
was too quick for me.
It really was like, dang, really? Wait, hold on.
Yeah, like if you had given me another few weeks,
Well,
would have been
I
in there.
found out the same
Well,
time
no,
y'all
not
did.
you. I mean, like just
Oh,
general notice. Like,
right.
yeah, I would have been good. But even work, that wasn't even enough time for me to take off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do like for right now. That is the plan because I need to socialize.
Yes,
yes, we all need to socialize at
we
some
do.
point.
Y'all can have a whole show about me and my emotional ups and downs.
We surely could.
We just
2
need to
hours
get
of
all
that.
like get together one
Easily.
day and just vibe live like together on location, like all of us. That'll
Yes.
just
We
We
vibe.
could
all
do that on the 26th, right?
on
Is
the
that
26th.
we're gonna
March
broadcast?
Yep.
26th. That's a Friday though.
Who
Okay.
says this is in stone? We do this. This is our shit. We do what we want to do. There's no
Okay.
rules. We
Okay.
make the rules. We break the
Okay,
rules.
ma'am.
How this
Okay,
works.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Y'all know how I am. I don't know if y'all follow me or not.
Okay,
Baby,
ma'am.
you know how I am, baby. Listen. This is what we do. We do what we want to do, how we want to do it.
So I love y'all dearly and truly. I have to get my children ready for bed. They have school in the morning, and it is 9 o'clock,
So
almost 9 o'clock
fine.
here.
Well,
But
yeah, let's get
I
out of here,
love
guys.
talking about this with y'all. I can't wait for part 2 on the 7th. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for texting and leaving us messages. Thank you for
Go to
signing
the
in.
YouTube channel and like, share, and subscribe. That's
Right,
what I need
like,
to
share,
hear.
and subscribe.
Please.
Por
Till next
favor.
time, y'all.
All right. Until next time, guys. We will see you. Peace and love.
Thank you.